Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so it's time for another ratchet story time, but this is back in earlier days. Don't mind the squeaking. My dog loves to squeak when I'm recording for some strange reason. Okay, so anyways, I'm back, early 20s or whatever. Let's just say I met this guy named Dion when I was 19. We're like 3 years into our relationship or whatever. So I'm fast forwarded 22. We're living together or whatever. Everything is going fine. Now he's an older guy. Let me tell you that now. So when I was like 19, I met him. He was already like 36. I like him older. He's already like 36 or whatever. So at that time, he was about 39, knocking on 40. I don't know what men feel during that time of their life, but I was satisfied for the most part, emotionally. But anyways, one day he ended up getting into like some traffic trouble or whatever. He ended up hitting a car or something, didn't have insurance. Can't really remember how it went, but the judge granted him leniency where he can just go to jail on the weekend because he was like a full-time dad and shit like that. So they fell for him. So they let him turn himself into jail on the weekends. Shit, who the fuck would want to do that? To get his time out the way instead of just going to jail straight out. So, anyways, Millie. Heard a damn squeaky. So, on one of the weekends, me and my homegirls, we hanging out because he used to let me keep his vehicle as well. He used to let me keep his vehicle as well. So, you can see her back there. He used to let me keep his vehicle as well. So me and the homegirls, we out, we're riding or whatever. We end up going, I believe, like on the east side. I'm in St. Louis, as you can see the arch. I'm in St. Louis or whatever. So we end up going on the east side to like these after hour clubs or whatever. I think it was called the Onyx at the time or some shit. The Onyx or some shit or whatever. We kept a fake ID, so we was always in the fucking club. So so I end up leaving the club or whatever, dropping them off, and I think I stopped at Walgreens. While I'm at Walgreens, I'm with my other homegirl. We're gonna call her Tasha. So we end up running into this dude and his friend. His friend doesn't really matter because he wasn't around past that night, and we're gonna call the one main character. Let's call him Steve. Okay, so Steve and his friend Ronald or whatever met me and my friend or whatever. So call my friend T. So me and my friend Ronald, no, him and his friend Ronald. Steve and Ronald met me and my friend T. Brain fart moment at that point in time. Met me and my friend T at the Walgreens. So initially, Steve hopped down on T. So we all go back. He was like, "You want to smoke? You want to drink?" At this time, everyone's young, trusting. He was about, I want to say it was about 20, maybe. Yeah, I was about 20. Yeah. So everyone was young and trusting. So it's like, what the fuck? The most the fuck could happen. Which a lot of shit can happen. Don't do that now. Do not go with strangers. It's not safe. So anyways, we end up going with him, going to the house or whatever. So we're smoking, we're drinking, we're talking or whatever. So I can't remember if T and Steve hooked up or not that night. I don't believe T and Steve hooked up. And Ronald was just like weird. So no one wanted to even fucking talk to Ronald. So after we hung out for a couple hours or whatever, we ended up leaving or whatever. So I believe we went home. We went back home, and then by T not having a phone at the time, it was my phone number that she gave Steve to contact her when he wanted to hook up or whatever. So after everyone departed or whatever, later on, well, the next day or whatever, Steve ended up texting the phone and ended up calling it. And we ended up talking, and he was basically asking which one was I, and expressing that I was the one he wanted to talk to initially, but T just was so, aggressive and assertive. And by him being such a laid back guy and didn't know her like that, he just, went with the flow. So I was like, oh, okay, I think you're cute too, or whatever. So we end up, long story short, he picked me up and we rode around, we smoked, we drank, and we went back to his house where he decided to tell me that he was married. Yeah, I should have ran in, huh, Millie? He told me he's married. But again, me being young, and he explained that they were high school sweethearts, and that they got married straight out of high school, and blah, blah, blah. And how he didn't, he wasn't really physically, mentally, mentally in the relationship. They wasn't having sex and all this sob story shit that, y'all like to say. They wasn't having sex. So, long story short, we ended up drinking, smoking, sitting there on the couch. And I think, like, the way the house was set up, it was set up like where the bed was like, shotgun was like right there or whatever. So we ended up going to the bed and had some of the most mind-blowing, immaculate, back-to-back sex of this world. He was the first person that taught me a man can come back to back to back. And if that pussy is right, that dick it will last all night. Now mind you, this for all them gas station pills was out now. So it was strong. You gotta know when to hold it. But let me so that motherfucker was hard like rock rada. Hard like rock rada. Motherfucking Japanese a tick up on that dick. Yes, all of that, baby. Dick was so good, I just kept coming back. I ain't give a fuck about the man wife. What wife? What wife? Whose wife? What's the wife? No. I do not condone side bitches. Now, we got for real though. I don't condone side bitches. That shit is a dangerous thing, especially now today. A motherfucker will put a cap in your ass over a homeless nigga. Let's know a nigga that they got living with them, giving them some good dick, bitch. They'll fucking kill your motherfucking ass. So, I don't condone this shit now. I'm good. Living life like it's golden. I'm single. As a Pringle, baby. So we end up, jamming or whatever on the weekend. I told him my little situation with my little macaroni daddy, Dion at home and shit. And he was like, cool shit, that nigga, he be gone on the weekend? I'd be like, yeah, he be gone on the weekend. Shit, I forgot I had this shit playing. I'm sure, like, I had my Pandora playing. What the fuck is that noise? He's like, yeah, he be gone on the weekend, So he's like, shit, who else you live with? I'm like, shit, just me and him. His son, my mama, like, adore his son. So, I could ship his son right on Ross, to my mama house. And, I'm fine. And that's exactly what the fuck happened. Some of the world's best fucking. We even got... That's another story for a different day. Some of the world's best fucking. Child, to the point where we got too comfortable. Now, mind you, he done did his time in jail already. So now he just back out regular or whatever. He out just regular now. So now we gotta maneuver around when he go to work and shit. So one day we done fuck real good. I ain't ashamed to say it. I'm a changed woman now. We fuck real good. Put each other to sleep. I don't know how many motherfucking hours we was out. But the way the house was made, the screen door had like a little latch where I can latch 2 latches on it or whatever. So therefore, I would have to let you in personally. I don't give a fuck if you got a key or not. So I was woke up by boom, 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 boom. And I hope you're watching. And shit, we both jumped up out of our sleep. Now, man, you in the bed, we butterball, butt naked, sleep like a motherfucker. Shit scattered all over the motherfucking room. His shit, my shit. Dion know it's the middle of the day, so I should have clothes on. I used to be out sickety outside, probably somewhere riding with my fake ass ex. That's a different bitches, friends. That's a different story too. Millie. So he ended up. I ended up hopping up, tapping Steve, Dion at the door. And we had like this basement door. We was in a 2-family flat, so we shared the basement with the upstairs neighbor. And so it just so happened when he run downstairs, because he couldn't put shit on, he had time for just had time to grab your shit and hit the fucking door. So when he grabbed his shit and went downstairs, the neighbor just so happened to be downstairs doing laundry and just seen him dick slanging, balls jiggling, butterball naked, booty just trying to run down the steps before Dion seen him. I let Dion in or whatever. I end up throwing on like a shirt and some pants or whatever. He's like, Dion, what you doing? I was like, shit, I was asleep. Shit, I was tired. Started drinking earlier today, with the homegirls, and then, I was tired. He looked at me kind of crazy, like but he was like, nah. He like, nah. But I think he really thought something. Moral of the story is, I never do that shit again. I never do this shit again. It's to my mom's. Never do that shit again. Almost could have died. Millie. And yeah, once he left, brought that nigga upstairs, he talking about the neighbor was downstairs and she seen me and she already kind of figured what was going on. But now she know. I don't think she ever told him though. Because she's busy hoeing her damn self. But anyway, that's this story time. I thank y'all for listening. Until next time, we going to get ratchet, dirty, talk about some little dirty secrets. I think I'm going to tell you about the first time I did a threesome next time. Let me know if you want to hear about my threesome experiences. Because I did it one time. It was like that whole month. I just had like threesomes back to back. Jesus, I was wild, child. I ain't proud, no. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good night. Drink responsibly. Smoke responsibly. Fuck good. Suck good. Responsibly. Love you.